We got ourselves a rally. They said, Apple? Psst, we ain't worried about Apple. We're ready to go ahead and get this market green. It's been 6 straight days red. Nah. We're not getting another 7th day red. Let's go green. Let's see what we can do.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Sound the alarm, sound the alarm. The rally is here. I mean, I know the bulls were kind of like, when's it going to happen? It's in the 6th straight day down. Well, there you guys have it. There's a little bit of a rally. Now, of course, everyone has to ask the question, will this rally have some legs?
Can it? I mean, really, can it continue? Should I go put the life preserver back in the garage or the basement? I mean, do you think I need it anymore? Do you think
No, the truth is,
we righted the ship?
No, I think what happened there is Jack decided that, I'm not leaving her on that. I'm pushing her off. I'm getting on there with you. We got to save this boat around. We got to turn this boat around.
Now, who would have thought on a day, man, that Bloomberg report, we haven't heard anything out of Apple or anything. Well, then we could talk about the price action in Apple in a second. But you're looking for a rally day and you come on a day where you get bad news. In fact, the only stock in the top components is in the red is Apple. That's down $1.99, down $2. Maybe we need Apple to go down more often, but let's set things up here. We got 27 minutes to go.
Can you do me a favor, Joel? I normally wouldn't interrupt you here, but your charts are being a little bit weird. There's kind of like a black bar showing. Can you just reshare? I think it's the sharing issue. I didn't want to give anybody a seizure out there. So
I know. I saw that on the yard stream too.
All right, there you go.
How's that?
We're fixed. There you go.
All right, here we go. So pre-market low, we never even saw that. You got a little bit below the close. You always like to see the low close of the move, right? And that was at 36.61. That turned out to be a good number. And we caught the bid. We took out the pre-market high, and man, I didn't have a number higher than 35.25 here. I know the next number is Friday's Globex high, but that's up at the 37.80. What happened? What turned the market around is they ganged up on the buck. That 9-day winning streak coming to an end with the big red bar. That lit the TLT, the bonds on fire, up 320. Haven't had an update. So this market interest rates, right? And there you go. The buck backing off, the bonds rallying. Crude, talked about the double bottom there. They're always double bottom, double top. Nice day in crude, up 355, 82.05. That's helping your oil stocks that are moving up in these components in the S&P. Gold up 31.90, 1668.10. Undercut the low and rallied. Silver, that's having a big day on a percentage basis, trying to sneak into the $19 handle. That's up 56 cents at 18,900. And Bitcoin, they didn't want to be left out. So they're up $500 at 19,545. And Ethereum, that's just up $7 at 13.30.
Well, where should we get started? This is one of those days where, there's sometimes that you don't want to talk about all the stocks because sometimes it's just all red and it's what do I choose? It's just bleeding everywhere. But today's one of those days, it's the opposite. It's just it's green. We could talk about just about anything and everyone's going to be happy. So
except for Apple. That's the only thing that's in the red, the top component. This market can, really throw you a curveball. But let's cover the Apple action here.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, of course, I think another thing, of course, so on the Apple news, we didn't get confirmation on the news, right? This was reported by Bloomberg. So it was about Apple's plans of course, fighting the increase of production of iPhones and that demand was failing to materialize, but no answer yet from Apple. So I think this is one of the reasons. I also saw Morgan Stanley trying to battle back here and saying that they don't see the same thing that was reported. So it looks to me like there's some mixed signals here. And the Apple investors didn't let go today. They didn't just say,
Nope.
we're not selling.
No, and I mean, I think I just have to pat ourselves on the back because, the way we talked about it this morning, it was only out of Bloomberg, and nothing from the company, no confirmation from the company, and then also, and then with my wicked memory, I remember them saying they were upping demand, that they were telling suppliers that, hey, get ready, get ready for this. And now they're just telling them to look for a normalization. So I also saw a tweet from Gene Munster, and he said, "This is what Apple does. They oversupply, they undersupply." So did we get a gap fill in here? Yeah, folks, we're gonna get a gap fill. I think we already did as we speak. This guy's asking why we're talking about Apple. Oh, it's just because it's the biggest, component of the index. And it's the news. But let's bring up our trusty data window here. Yeah, 9 cents from filling the gap, and we got plenty of time to go here. So undercut the pre-market low. It wasn't an easy trade. The 146 buyer was probably also your 145 buyer. I guess the real test for me will be the close from yesterday. We're still down a couple bucks. If the street is willing to put this in the rearview mirror, I look for not today, but to get it closed back above 151.76.
All right, let's go towards the next one here. Let's take a look at a lot of the energy move because I thought that was drastic. I mean, let's take a look at one that we don't watch often. Let's go to Valero. A nice 7.59%, 7.58% here day for Valero. And that's something that we see often, right? Definitely a huge bounce back. Has the 200-day moving average below it, right underneath near that. I'll give you the exact level here. It's at 102.71, and you're seeing those hundreds catch a little bit of a bounce here. And energy overall, I have it up about 4% and 3.79% from the open. Anything over that 3% from the open is a big move up.
Yeah. I mean, that actually showed strength yesterday after the low on Monday didn't cave, and then you come down hard through an area, you go back up hard through an area, right? Kind of like the S&Ps here. So for me, my next point is, I mean, 110 standing out to you. That's your 5-day high, and not much between 110 and 115. This one even gave you a shot to get in at the open, right? Because where'd you open? You opened at 101.17, 101 low, and boom, there you go. Opening on the low and perhaps closing on the high. Not a big volume day, and yeah, you know what? Let me take a look at the spiders here. How's this going to be on a volume day? Now you see, this is what you don't like to see. Just from a volume perspective. Now, I know we got a few minutes left, but this is going to be the lowest volume. I don't even know if we're going to catch the volume here. But man, if to really get me excited, and I don't talk volume much, I'd like to see 120, 130, 140 million. So this is we mentioned this when we were talking before we came on, was that is this a rental? Great question by Spill Buyers. So the monthly close above 3,700. Yeah, that's another thing too. Seasonal, even though September is weak, the last 3 days of the month are pretty strong. So we'll see what happens. This is just a 1-day rally, right? We need a 2-day rally. I don't know if we're going to go and get a 6-day rally, but this has some makings here of a good day. Like I said, we'll see. Maybe we'll pump the volume up. We still do have 19 minutes left.
Yeah, I thought that was a great mention there on the monthly close, maybe above that 37.
Ready Trader One's making a good point here. The hurricane may be closing down some of the golf rigs.
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
exactly what
yeah,
some of the talk is out there.
yeah.
The
That's very
question
good.
really
That's
is,
common sense. Way to go,
yeah.
Ready Trader One.
And
That's common sense.
that's why a lot of people were worried about it if it was going to head towards Texas, right? Because that would have turned around some different refineries also. So at least it's not heading towards kind of that area over there, and we'll see if it continues. I mean, the Home Depot trade wasn't the worst trade either. I thought that was an interesting one. We've already talked about it, but Dennis brought it up again today, and today it has the breakout. 5% day on Home Depot there, and Lowell's not too far behind that, 3.85%. So
Yeah, it
sometimes
had
it's
the
an easy trade.
yeah, it wow, it gave you a nice setup. It had a pair of highs at 273.50, opened above that, but then came back into that area, had a nice rally. I mean, you're looking left on this one, it's hard to find resistance in this, right? Because you get all over 290, but I'm sure this is where it gets tough because you just got those intermediate trade, that buy, I'm holding on to this. Am I going to hold it on overnight? I don't know, but that's a nice move. Lows, having a good day. Full disclosure, have been long lows for I don't even know if before this monthly chart even started here. That's having a good day. That's in a little bit more of a identifiable resistance here. So I would keep an eye on this one for the breakout. This 195 to 196 has been a pestering area. You're pressing up against it now, but maybe you get a little upgrade tomorrow or something. And wide open there. A lot of these stocks are wide open here on the upside. So I know y'all might want to, be taking, things home long, but man, when getting this area, I don't wouldn't want to go home short here, and just because they can juice those futures overnight.
Well, I'll take a look at one that we kind of mentioned yesterday. Was looking at the coal players to see if it get the spike. Jay's saying he's raising the stop on it. BTU, I can't blame you for that. Definitely coal players coming into a day where every single stock into the green. The biggest two movers, BTU and AMR, both 12% up on the day. Big day there.
Yeah, nothing here. Peabody Energy filling this gap that you had back from early September. So once again, you're getting into a big red bar. Now this has had three pretty strong days, so we'll see what happens here at 25. But man, things are wide open. You clear this $25 area, and then what was the other one you mentioned?
AMR.
AMR, the old American Airlines symbol. This one coming into a little bit more, yeah, same thing here. For traders alert, 141.38 is your next daily high. Only 139.99 is your current high. And yeah, this looks like it's running might have a little trouble in the 140 handle. The only area where there's a pair of multiple highs in one area is that 145 and a half, 146.
And now we could just keep following down. I'm going to go by the sectors that were moving the most today. And of course, if you guys have any industry that stands out to you or relative strength, definitely throw it up in the chat. There's plenty to talk about today. Let's go towards the consumer cyclical. And if we look in here, we can see lodging had one of the strongest days. Residential construction also bouncing back. Home improvement stores, we already talked about Home Depot, but let's do some lodging outlook. You take a look at Hilton today, almost a 5% day after the note on Hyatt yesterday.
Yeah, it is. And it had the good day yesterday. It had the follow through. Next target for this one is 85. This one is really interesting from a monthly perspective here. You don't get too many highs all in the same area, right? That's closer up to 96, 96 and a half. So you got some room up to there. I just think this is just kind of, really no specific news, just kind of, a buy everything rally. So what else do we have? We have Hyatt, we have Hilton, boom, boom, boom. Hilton, ooh, it's Hilton's. There you go. Keep you Hilton traders, HLT. Keep an eye, 124.63. That was your September 22nd high. Opens up after that to 131.60. So that's a big area. S&Ps continue to just take out offers, kind of like the guys used to go into the pit on a day like this. They'd come into the pit late, and the market be ripping. They were banking on it closing the highs, and they would just walk in the pit and they'd go offers. And all these guys would go 20-20, buy them, buy them, buy them, buy them, buy them, and then just try and bid it up into the close. So it kind of looks like that's the kind of situation. As I'll show you the S&Ps here and the spiders. You cleared for the spoos. It was a double top. Now you're getting back up into Friday's high, 37.83 1/4. That's the only thing I have for you, folks, and that's 36 handles away. So things are looking good. Spillmeyer talking about I had Michael Pachter on at the close, Mitch, while you were being the big wig in New York, and he laid out his bullish case on that, and he stuck with it. Netflix. This 250 area. I like to give you daily levels, folks, but these monthly levels are really what counts. The current high for this month, still 2 days left, 250.49. Your August high, 251.99. For me, it's all about 250. Getting above and holding 250. Then where are you going to go in this candle, right? Where are you going to go? There you go. So Netflix getting into some uncharted territory.
I agree with that 250. I was looking at it, and I've been looking at that gap to see if there's going to be a time where we can actually attack that gap. It's going to be fun to watch if we can do that.
Okay.
Another area that I was looking at to kind of keep a close eye on and just working my way down, of course, healthcare today, right? That's going to be the fourth leading sector today. And you can look at some biotechs. You can look at some major drug manufacturers. It just seemed like a green party today. Celebration. And then it all started with the Biogen news, right? This is good news for the whole industry. And there's plenty of stocks that were making massive moves, especially one that we mentioned shortly, which was that PRTA. That one took off. I think it's up 84%.
You're kidding me. 84%.
Yeah, and Dennis mentioned it right near kind of the end of the show. It was just kept ripping.
They got some love there, huh?
Yeah, it's closing not a bad close either. Towards the high.
I think that you guys next target there would be on the monthly 61.19. I'm just glancing over the chat here, and Easy Mike, man, he must be my age or something. He mentions watch the Rock and Roll High School featuring the Ramones. You ever remember
the Ramones?
Yeah.
There you go. I know my classic rock. That's probably what I know more than life.
Yeah, if I won't do it today, but I got a Ramones T-shirt somewhere in the archives.
Got to get it out the cave.
I don't even know where I got that. I think I took Emily to some concert somewhere, and I think that's where I bought it. But anyways, we just touched the 37.50 handle, 51.25, 140 point range here. So not only is this an update, but it's an expanded range to the upside here. So like the bulls are on the ropes. We actually made a new low for just a peculiar day. You make a new low for the move in the Globex trading off the Apple News, but you don't even come near that. You don't even come near Tuesday's low. I hope we don't go back there again, because I don't want to have to try and figure out levels. But we just hit 37.51 1/4. We got 10 minutes left. The imbalances tend to go the way of the market. So if there's a buy imbalance now, you're waiting to buy, but you sure had a lot of opportunity today. I just want to talk about the Biogen too. And man, oh man, the pre-market traders. And I actually I looked at it, and the high tick of that 4 a.m. opening was the high of the day, and you never even came near that during the regular session. So boom, it came in nice and quiet. What you do with this chart, I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, it's tough now. It's just it's on its own island.
Yeah. Yep.
And those are hard to trade. Now, I did see the chat wanted to talk a lot about lithium. If you have a particular name, you guys can call it out. I'll call out ALB. You get, of course, take a look at, a Joel favorite, LTHM, but ALB has been one that I like because it has different exposures. It's not
Strong.
just lithium.
Very strong.
So it leaves you some diversification, and so that you're not in just a lithium player, right? And I think this is one that I really like. That last run, the 300, now pulling back, catching the 50 right on it. And there's not many times that you'll see a moving average just kind of run with the price action. It's literally just right underneath it, getting its support.
This has been a strong stock. Now, what the bulls want to see, you want to see him move up to this 285 area, saying, hey, yeah, that pullback that you had off that 310 high, that was nothing. That was nothing but a buying opportunity. Get back above 285, stabilize, and maybe take a run at that all-time high. Someone mentioned LAC.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
having a good day. A
Mhm.
little bit lower price stock. Maybe look for your next monthly high in that. I'll take a look at my good old Livent. That's a big day. Needs made a higher low after making that new all-time high. Came in with the market. So that's having a good day. So good. And someone mentioned PLL. That's having a good day too. Filled that void in price action from last week, last Wednesday.
Yep, and SQM is another one for diversification. It's another one that you can diversify with some different
SQM.
plays. Yeah, and that's more of a Chile play.
A
Um,
Chile. Okay.
yeah, so if you want to take that one out, and then of course PLL, that's a great looking chart. It's starting to come back. We'll see if it can really make a move. But these lithium players, they're not bad. I mean, I think it's not a bad thing to have some in the portfolio, right? I know you have a little bit tucked away, Joel, and I think it's something that's interesting for the long run, especially if we're going to EV, right?
Exactly.
One of these are going to get some nice movement in the next couple of years. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go towards the next headline here. It's 3:53. We got about 7 minutes left. So I think what we'll do is we'll do one more, and then we can touch some headlines or touch some ticker time from you guys. So if you guys have tickers, start rolling them in there. I don't know if you saw today Amazon releasing some new products. So just wanted to make sure that you guys caught that. Amazon had their fall hardware event. They announced a new Kindle Scribe that you can write on. They got a Halo Rise sleep tracker, 4 new Echo devices, Ring Spotlight, a new Fire TV Cube. So it looks like you're going to get a little bit higher quality kind of streaming service. And then another one that is interesting is they actually went into a higher quality TV. A lot of times the Fire TVs, they're not the best in, let's say, the actual hardware inside of them. They went for a QLED series. So they're going to have some higher end Fire TVs.
This got FedExed a while ago and kind of been going down with the market. Way above the June low. This one, of course it got beat up off that all-time high, but it had been exhibiting a pretty good relative strength. My eyes are focused here, right where it's trading right now, 118.70. That's your current high. 118.79. Now that was the day after it got FedExed. So keep an eye on that. You get above that, and then you work your way into that bar from the FedEx day, and that takes you all the way up. Before it got FedExed, if you're looking for a target above, above these pair of highs right here, 122.19. Actually, I think the FedEx day it traded up to 123.76, and then it fell apart. But your close from September 20th, 122.19. If you're looking for another target over this pair of highs and this call just under 119.
All right. Of course, someone wants to check out the Tesla. So let's take a look at that.
Just excellent, relative. Ooh, boy, look at that. You Tesla traders, heads up here. You got a wow, matching range day. Look at this. How often does Tesla do this? Yesterday's low, 77.51. Today's low, 77.57. On the upside, your highs are 33 cents apart, 289 and 288.67. That's where it gets interesting. You clear that 289 I have also there was a close right at that 288.59 area right before we broke, but that make that 289 a 4-star here for Tesla. Your next daily high after that does not come in until 301.29.
I'll give you a little bit of sneak peek since you guys came over to all at the close, get a little bit of insight. Come on over to Stock Movers on Friday. I might just have somebody that you want to see on Tesla. He's a big time bear. You might just see him on Stock Market Movers. So come on over, guys. We'll see what happens
Gordon?
in Tesla. See, Joel's a wise guy. We'll definitely be having some great talks. I'm excited to get Gordon Johnson on. We'll talk about that. I'll give you guys a little bit more as we get closer to it. Now, Tesla, one that I'll keep watch. I'm looking for it to get back if it can get towards the 312, in between 312s and 270 here. Support there, resistance at the top. What's going to give? I think that's what you kind of keep watch on. We'll see what happens there. All right, let's do a couple. We got two more maybe in the chat. Let's do Shop. I know a lot of people have been waiting to see what would happen with Shop. It's been at interesting levels, and it cut through those. Not trying to recover.
Oh,
Can it get there?
yeah. I mean, you've seen it come out of this area again and again. Wow, matching lows at the low of the move 20. Wow, gave you a look at 27.66. Pressing up against the highs. Once again, matching range day. So I would have liked to see this, take out the that 29.40 with a little vengeance. But after that, it opens up closer to 30. But matching range, so I'll make that a 3-star, that 29.40. I think you're going to find some trouble between 29.40 and 29.94. Like as I mentioned, I mean, this could just be a rental. I mean, but this may not be your ultimate low, your undercut rally of the low and move. I mean, a lot of intermediate short-term traders, they're picking up. They don't care about Shop going back to 30. Picked it up in the upper 27 handle, lower 28 handle, and they're just flipping it out. But keep an eye on that 29.40, backing off, heading into the close. I just want to check. Oh, we are backing off into the close. The S&P's some profit taking here coming in. Not a bad volume day. It's still going to be, not the same kind of volume that we had yesterday on the down day. But the 6-day losing streak coming to an end here on at the close. Big sell off into the close, 20 handles off the high, right back to that 370 area. We talked about that is being resistance. And tomorrow we got Mr. Chaikin on, and
Yeah.
he's gonna be ribbing me.
Let's see if we can shake the shaking.
Yeah, let's see what he says.
Let's give him a little shaking. Let's see what happens, right?
Real quick, BKNG, someone asked about that.
Yes.
Looks
let's
like
do booking.
37, 34 and change is going to be your last print. We'll have to see what the last 30-second VWAP is. Nice bounce here today. You need the market rally to continue. What I would say, if you pick this one up on the cheap, you want to see it get to 1,800 and just over 1,800. What you don't want to see is, you start the rally in here, 1760, 1770, and then you get a little bit tired. But great support at 1650, and I think it's important to get up to that 1800 level. So good job today, Mitch. We got the market, back. One green day certainly doesn't make a bull market, but it's good to see. So I'll let you all go. Mitch, have a great night, great hosting, and back with you guys in the morning.
Definitely. We're going to go ahead and wrap on up here. Like always, we'll see what happens. We'll be back with you guys tomorrow morning on Pre-Market Prep. Like always, you guys can catch us at 8 a.m. And if you haven't done so before, please hit the subscribe and that bell down below. And you guys can be notified the moment that we go live. So definitely, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see if that resistance can get above. I've been watching that hourly level on the SPY. Joel just mentioned it around the 370.60 levels. Can we actually close above that tomorrow? That will be my sign that maybe this rally has some legs. Another two key areas to watch. We talked about it today. I tried to make sure that you guys could understand it. Let's focus on the 2-year yield. Let's focus on the dollar. Do those continue to show dropping? An easy way to look at it, if you don't have those kind of charts, you can take a look at the TLT for bonds. You can look at the UDN for a bearish outlook on the dollar. And this could be a way that you guys can keep on track to see if this rally can really have some legs. We'll see what happens in this bear market. Hit the like on your way out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's keep battling through this market.